So in the last few years, there's been a whole lot of opportunities in the technology space, and most of it is remote work. But I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because no, it's not too hard. And I don't want you to have imposter syndrome because you are 1000% capable and smart enough. And lastly, I don't want you to have to worry about finding a job because there are companies out there right now who's looking for somebody just like you. And they're willing to compensate really well to fill these tech sale roles. But the best part is you don't need any experience. These technology jobs start with salaries ranging from $50,000 to $70,000 a year, and that doesn't even include commissions and bonuses. So there is absolutely no excuse not to trade your 9 to 5, 30-minute commute for a remote job where you can work from anywhere in the world. And the holidays are coming up. So if you want more money, more flexibility, and more financial stability for 2025, then this is it. And I had the pleasure of meeting Ashley.
Yay!
Ashley is a single, stay-at-home mom with 2 kids and a professional background is in medical billing. And things for her were starting to get pretty tight. So she took this course and now she is making upwards of $70,000 a year as the base salary and earning over $20,000 in commission. So what does this job really involve? What does her day-to-day look like? And how many hours a week does she work? Well, instead of hearing it from me, let's go straight to Ashley herself to find out from her. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
I am so excited to tell everybody about what you do, how you found it, and how successful you are in this business. So can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into tech sales?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So I come from a background of healthcare for 12 years, medical billing space. I worked in the hospitals, private companies as well. And I kind of realized there was no growth in that type of industry. As a medical biller, you either a biller or you're nothing. So I realized that as I got older and have kids, I realized that, it is getting a little difficult out here to work in an environment with no higher pay or promotions or anything that kind of accommodates the economy. Like everything is going up. So I just one day just took a moment and I was just like, I really need to pray to figure out what I want to do, if I want to just leave the medical industry, go into something else. But I really didn't know what I wanted to get into. So I just took some time and really kind of did a lot of thinking. And then I understood that there were a lot of opportunities out there that I didn't know of. So I definitely came across Course Careers that was able for me to learn a little bit about the tech industry and how you can work from home. You could be a full-time mom or dad, but still have that opportunity to kind of get paid for your work, basically. So I was able to tap into that industry and learn a little bit more about Course Careers through like YouTube and a lot of Googling. First, I was like, this is a scam. I was like, there's no way. Like, who's paying who? How much? I was like, I have years and I've never seen this type of like base salary before, let alone been paid salary, period. I've always been an hourly worker. So I've never really been able to tap into that side of the corporate industry. So I was kind of nervous to make a change because I was so used to just that regular 9 to 5 hospital, missing birthdays, missing important, things for my family, sacrificing, my kids are sick and getting a babysitter, being scared if I'm going to lose my job if I don't go in because I need to take my kids to the doctor, so It was a lot of stress but again, praying, just having that intuition, just going on Google, typed in, high paying salary jobs with no degree. And then Course Careers came up. So, and that's just a little snippet, about the story.
For people who may not know what tech sales is, can you give us a little bit more about what it is and like what your day-to-day looks like?
So the tech industry, it's a lot included. A lot of people think AI, robots, coding. It's really not that. It's a huge umbrella of other industries like cybersecurity, financial tech, health tech, educational tech. There's a lot of other sub industries under the tech industry. So if you have a background in, let's say, customer service, you can be an SDR, which is a sales development representative. And it's really just making phone calls, sending emails that you can do from home. You can also have an opportunity to work inside of a company, like hybrid or just on site full time. Being in the tech industry is definitely one of those industries where you get to put you first. What do you want? Do you want to go in, or do you want to work from home? You get to really choose your next steps. And I feel like as a mom or any parent, that work-life balance is important.
Yeah.
Like, really important. So,
Sure.
for me, it was like a no-brainer. I was like, I'm just gonna invest. Hopefully it's not a scam.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give the $500, but I'm a single mom of two, so this is a chunk of change, so
Right.
did it, and God just put it on me. He was like, you know what? He was like, you have to take a risk to see if it's worth it or not. And I never regretted that decision. I 100% stand behind Course Careers. It is a life-changing opportunity. Also, the day-to-day is very simple and easy. You're just literally making phone calls, and then you're sending emails. I mean, the only thing that you really have to keep in mind is that with the phone calls, it comes responsibility. So when you work from home, you might turn on a little Netflix, you might binge watch for an hour or two, but you have to get right back to work. So if you have that, that discipline where you can work from home, this is a great opportunity to work fully remote. And then obviously the pay is obviously worth it too. But you don't really need too much experience. You just have to have like basic soft skills.
Yeah.
Like, person, being able to talk to people on the phones, So I guess it really just depends on you. But I mean, like I said, this is the opportunity where you get to really sit down and like make a list of what you want. And just check this.
I didn't realize like tech sales could be something like customer service. So they have like entry roles. I guess I'm wondering if there's like a range of different opportunities within tech sales, because I just thought like maybe it was like one thing.
You can start at entry level. You can go from an SDR to an account executive, from account executive to a manager or a customer success manager to sales enablement. I mean, there's a lot of different levels, but you just have to get into the door. So with Course Careers, it provides you enough basic information and skills and knowledge to get into those entry level interviews and make it through the rounds. The process is a little bit different. It's not like a 9 to 5, one round, you got it or not. It's more so of like round 1 is like a coffee chat, meet with the recruiter. Round 2 is like sales manager. Round 3 is like VP, CEO, director of sales. Like it does get a little bit, nerve bending, because who meets CEO? Like I've never met a CEO outside of tech sales, like just in an interview. So it is one of those industries where you have to show out, like, bring your A game.
Yeah.
It's a competitive space. So you definitely have to put yourself on a pedestal. Like, this is what I can do. This is what I can bring to the table. And anybody or any company would gladly love to have me on board, because I provide a excellent, employee or service. You're bringing something that they need.
So if somebody's like really nervous and don't really have many skills, like how would you prep them to prepare for these like interviews? Like, because you said bring your A game, so I'm thinking like if somebody is shy or introverted, is that still something that they could like be coached on? Maybe is that something that Course Careers gives you to, just to like make sure that you can perform your best in these interviews?
Yeah, so Course Careers is a self-paced course. It's not like one of those things where you just have to show up at a certain time. You really take your time to do it, and it's really up to you how bad you want it. They do provide coaches, they provide cohorts and things like that. I am a coach for Course Careers, so this is my information right here. But I do help at least like 80. I think I have like probably see anywhere between 30 to 80 people a month. And I'm helping them transition, either getting into the course or helping them throughout the course or helping them to the interview stages. So I provide prep services, resume building services. I do mock cold calls, role plays. Like, I really help you be successful because I went through it. And it was very hard for me because I didn't have a coach. I was just like winging it. So I was getting rejected left and right.
Oh no.
Yeah, they were like, "You're so nice, but no." And I was like, what do I need to do? But then I realized everything I'm saying in these interviews does not align with the role. So of course I'm not the ideal candidate. So I had to learn the hard way, but I love to help people transition successfully because I know what not to say. So when they come in there, they're like, yeah, I'm gonna tell them about this and I'm like, no, don't do that. I'm like, oh, that's up. Or if their resume is not structured properly, I'm like, hey, don't do that, add this, or change this word, use this verbiage. So coaching is definitely something that you want to invest in because you do not want to waste your time applying to companies that you really love or like, and then you get rejected.
For folks that are watching and want to be coached by Ashley, here's the details below in the description. People get really excited about numbers, Ashley. So they want to know, how much do you make? How much could you make, or some newbie make in tech sales?
Yeah, so I can give you a range. So right now there's probably 4,000 opportunities right now, and you can make anywhere between 50,000 to 70,000 base salary. And that's not including bonuses and commissions. So some companies in the tech industry have uncapped, meaning that you can make 200,000 if you work for it. So it's really up to you. That's why I said this is that type of industry where you put you first. So if you have goals, you want a new house, you want the new car, you want to do something for your family, you want to provide and give your family a new life, this is that type of industry because all you have to do is show up. Just show up to work, make a couple phone calls, set some meetings, reach your goals, and you can definitely make 6 figures into this space.
And it's all remote, so you could be anywhere in the world doing this.
Be anywhere, meaning that if you live in Massachusetts and you want to go to Florida, Disney World with your family, just take your laptop.
Incredible. Okay, so is a degree required? Do you have to have any sort of certificate to get started? Are there any requirements to jump into tech sales?
A lot of the requirements for these jobs do not require bachelor's degrees or master's degrees or any degree of that nature. But you do want to take some type of course just to get you knowledgeable. They do talk tech, so it's not like one of those situations where you're walking in and everyone's just waving and then you get the job. They do drop a little bit of like tech talk where you're like, okay, sales cadence, and you're like, if you don't know what sales cadence is, you're just gonna be looking at the screen like, I don't know,
Right.
So Course Careers does provide that entry level alignment for you to be successful going into these entry level interviews. Because really what it is just having the knowledge to do the job. Once you get the job, they'll train you. So you don't have to be an expert in tech. They will train you on the product, the service, how they want you to be at their, employee at their company. But Course Careers provide you that basic knowledge to get you into an interview and be successful at an entry level role.
Since you're a coach and you went through this yourself, I'm wondering what challenges you faced early on.
So for me, some basic, simple was just my resume. Like, it was like, I used medical billing resume, and I'm like, yeah, I got 13 years under my belt, medical billing. I submit that, and I instantly got that. No. And I'm like, I literally just did the application like 5 minutes ago. And I was just like, what am I doing wrong? And then there were times where I did an interview and I did a role play, a cold call role play. I've never done a cold call before prior to, Course Careers. And I was like, what do they need from me? Like, I don't understand how this works, right? So I realized what you need to do is prepare. You need to practice, you got to prepare, and you have to be confident. They can read that energy. I don't know how, but they can the Zoom, they can feel it over the phone, and if you're not matching that energy that they're wanting, they will say, well, you know what, it was nice to meet you, we decided that we're going to go with someone else. So confident, practicing, being prepared, like those are the key things that you need, because again, it's entry level, so they're not requiring you to be an expert, but you definitely want someone who's coachable and who can adapt to fast-paced environments, because tech is just moving.
So what's the most exciting part about tech sales for you, and what keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated, I think it's just the work-life balance. I've never had a job where I actually like to wake up and go to. I'm like, Monday, like I'm going to work. Like, I've never been excited to go to work before. Seriously. even being motivated, just being home with the kids. Like I see my kids every day. I'm not missing a beat. Having that unlimited PTO is also something that's great. A lot of people didn't know that that existed, but yes, in tech, you do have companies where they give you unlimited PTO. So that means if you wake up, kids are sick or something's wrong with you, or you just have to take off mental day, they're like, see you tomorrow. Bye.
I have never heard of an unlimited PTO. Oh my gosh. What is the demand for tech sales?
I think it's just that work-life balance. I think people are now starting families or wanting to buy a house or just wanting to elevate, but without struggling. And this is that industry where you don't have to struggle because you have the opportunity again to put you first. You get to choose the salary that you want. You can negotiate or you can apply for a high paying job. But if you apply for a low paying job and you keep yourself in that low bracket, maybe 30, 35,000, then that's where you will end up. But a lot of people that's transitioning into tech, they like the 65 and above. They like the higher numbers, which is fine. You can go for it. Some people nail it. Some people get it. Some people don't. But you never know if you're able to get that type of salary unless you actually go through the process and apply. So I think the demand is just basically being in an industry where it's flexible, it's the flexibility in the lifestyle.
And I like that you mentioned negotiating your worth. If you don't ask, you'll never know. What are some actionable steps that somebody can take right now if they want to start a career in tech sales?
Yeah, so I highly suggest doing some research, just going on Google, look into the tech industry, look up, what type of opportunities are out there. And if it's something that piques interest, then I would definitely sign up for Course Careers. One, because it's affordable. I do believe they have payment plans now, so that way you can break it up into 4, consecutive payment plans, but it's definitely going to get you into a role that you're going to love, which is an SDR position. So with the SDR position, it's entry level. And then again, you can start off at a high paying entry level job, and then you can just go up from there. So there's no turning back. So once you get into the door, it's just up from there.
So if somebody's on the fence right now, what is one final piece of advice that you would offer?
I always say pray about it. And I know a lot of people are not super religious, and I get it, but I'm telling you, if you're on the fence and you're like, look, this is my last $1,000, I know rent's coming up, what should I do? Pray about it. You're going to get that sign. And then if you don't know, you can always call me, or you can always send me an email and ask me questions. I don't mind speaking on it because I've went through it. Like I said, I'm a single mom of 2. And again, funds back then were definitely scarce. And I was just this is an investment. But if I don't take that risk and invest in my career or my lifestyle or, anything that I want to do to succeed and be successful, I would never know if I was, able to get there. So I took the risk, paid the whole thing up front. I was like, I don't even want to see any payment. It's going to hurt me. I was like, take it. I was able to finish the course in 2 days, or not 2 days, 2 weeks. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I finished the course in 2 weeks, and I got a new job in 30 days.
You're kidding me.
I'm so
that was that. That was like rent the next month was pretty easy because you had security. This is incredible. I've never even really heard much about it.
I know, and a lot of people don't. And then when I tell them what I do, they're like, "What?" And I'm like,
because it seems like it's too good to be true.
I know. And that's why I said, I was like, it sounds like a scam, because if you were to Google it and you see even if you go on LinkedIn right now and you type in sales development representative, you'll see salaries that are unbelievable. You're like, people with bachelor's degrees don't even make that, so it does feel unrealistic. But once you tap in and you get in the door, you can't go backwards. It's life-changing. I can't.
So, how many hours do you put in a week? I'm wondering.
Your salary. So you get paid for 8, but I work probably 4.
You're salaried.
I'm salary. So it's salary and hourly. It's different. So when you have a salary and you sign that offer letter.
Oh, I know.
Period. Exactly. So that's why I was saying how this is such a life-changing opportunity, because even if your son got sick or your daughter got sick, you're still getting paid even though you took that day off or you decided to take a half a day. They don't micromanage. They're not on you like that. They're not saying hey, what are you doing, Lindsay? Or what? They're like, You figure out, you structure your day the way you want to structure it. All you have to do is just make the calls. And our whole goal as an SDR is to set meetings. So just like how you're doing with coaching and like how you do with podcasting, like you just, hey, hi, my name is Lindsay. I'm calling from ABC Marketing. How are you today? Like, oh, are you interested in learning more about? And then they're like, yes or no. And then if they are, you set a meeting. And so when you set a meeting, it goes towards your bonus. So potentially you can get paid 3 times a month. So if your company's like, hey, Lindsay, we need 5 meetings from you this month. And if you set 5 meetings, we'll give you $2,000.
Wow.
And that's on top of your other
your base. This blew me away. I'm gonna tell my husband about it. And
I tell everybody, if you're a husband and wife and you guys are like literally struggling, if you guys both have a work from home job, one works in your bedroom, the other one downstairs, whatever, and y'all just making y'all phone calls, you can come in with a high paying 6-figure, income for the household. It's going to be life changing though. So it's not like you're going to be in that same tax bracket though. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be, a lot of people are like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to pay all them taxes.
I mean, but it doesn't matter though, because it balances out in the end. I think if you want to do your taxes the right way, take it to 2 people, take it to 2 different people to see who gives you the best.
If you're doing if you're doing what you're doing now, you can actually pay for Zoom, pay monthly, and then write that off on your taxes.
Exactly.
And they provide you a home office too. So like they'll send you your computer, your laptop, your headphones, and they'll pay for all of that. Some companies write you a check, or some companies just send it to you. So you don't have to go out and spend money. Like don't buy nothing. Literally just ask about it and they'll tell you like, yeah, we just ship you everything. And, we just go from there. But I mean, a 2-year-old need, their mom. So like, I'd rather work from home than pay for daycare.
100%. Another thing I wanted to ask you is about benefits.
It comes with dental, health. I mean, they even got legal services. Some of them have like, life insurance. I mean, there's a lot.
401k.
401k, some match a certain percentage, some match just whatever you put in, but they're all different. So it just depends on, what company you apply for. So they're all different. Some people have mental health days. Some people have free membership at gyms. Like everybody got their perks.
Right.
But when you're full-time salary, it comes with benefits for sure.
Yeah, this has been a really good beneficial call for me. So thank you so much.
One thing I love about Course Careers is the base salary is $50,000 to $70,000 a year. And you could end up making even more money than that with commissions and bonuses. So this is going to be how you're going to get out of debt. This is how you're going to get that 20% down payment for that new house you've been eyeing. This is how you're going to be able to be Santa Claus when Christmas comes around. So if you're thinking about a career change, make sure to go to the description down below because I've linked everything you need to know about Course Careers and some information that you don't want to miss. I know that you're watching this video for a reason and we all want to grow to go to that next level. All right, so if you made it this far in the video, then do me a favor and type the word KITE, K-I-T-E, because I want to make sure that you actually stayed and watched until the end of this video. And that's the only way I'm going to know. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.